One thing I did want to point out, if you stop at this point, to clean the stippling brush, I don't want you to put it in water. The water will get up in the ferrule, and if you want to reuse it again to do this type of technique, that water will bleed down into your paint, and you won't get this soft, dry brush stippled look. The water in the brush would bleed down and thin your paint and cause the paint to smooth out, and you may get holes, or you just won't get this texture. So what I would recommend that you do is clean your brush in the hand sanitizer. What I do is I put out a little glob of it in my palm of my hand, and be sure you're not holding your hand over your painted piece, because this gel turns to a real thin liquid as you start stirring your brush in it. And so I just rub my brush around in a circular motion, and then take a paper towel, wipe that out, squeeze the brush. I don't jam the brush into the paper towel. I just pull it and squeeze those bristles to squeeze the gel out of it. And then I'll repeat that. And you may need to repeat it 2 or 3 times till when you swirl your brush in that hand sanitizer gel, you don't see any more paint coming out of it. See, I'm still getting a lot of that white paint coming out of the brush. So again, I'm just squeezing the brush through the paper towel to squeeze out that sanitizer and the dirty paint. And we'll do this one more time. There's still a little paint coming out, but it's not nearly as much. And again, when I'm doing it in the palm of my hand, I'm not jabbing the bristles in the palm. I'm pulling them towards me and bending the heel of the brush. I never want to jab the bristles to spread them out. I'm always pulling them so that they retain their shape. So I think that I'd be good this time. At least good enough for right now. So I'm going to wipe that off again. Squeeze the sanitizer and the paint out into a paper towel. And then if you just set that brush aside, that sanitizer gel is an alcohol base, and it'll evaporate out of your brush, and within a couple minutes your brush should be dry again. I always test it on the back of my hand, brushing the bristles, and if they feel cool, I know there's still some alcohol that hasn't evaporated. But once they feel like they're room temperature, I know the brush is okay to use again. You don't want to use it when the alcohol's still in the brush, because it softens the brush it softens the paint in your brush. It can also soften the paint on your surface. So you wouldn't want to apply that brush to the surface when it still has the alcohol in it, or you might end up removing it from your painted piece. So we're going to set that brush aside for a minute.